Kevin Hogan, Covert Persuasion, Psychological Tactics and Tricks to Win the Game. Dive into the world of covert persuasion, unlocking the secrets of psychological tactics and tricks that lead to success in every domain of life. In our summary of Kevin Hogan's book, Covert Persuasion, you will discover enlightening insights about the importance of rapport, the power of storytelling, and the effect of listening. Furthermore, explore strategic methods applicable to sales, business communication, and realizing your worth. Learn to persuade through vulnerability, use verbal tricks to your advantage, and make decisions easier for your targets by narrowing their choices. Become a master persuader by understanding the power dynamics at play and utilizing them for ethical, effective persuasion.
The power of covert persuasion. Successful persuasion is an essential component of life, and it is instrumental in convincing people to do what you want, whether it's your spouse, children, employees, or clients. Covert persuasion is a powerful technique that relies on the skills and knowledge of social psychology, linguistics, and business communication, which are essential tools for mastering sales. However, when using covert persuasion, it is essential to ensure that it is done ethically and responsibly. The strategy involves swaying people without them even noticing that they are being wooed. This summary explores some covert persuasion techniques that successful persuaders use to their advantage. One of the critical elements of covert persuasion involves building rapport. Through rapport, the other person likes you and responds positively to you. Establishing common interests and using body language to build rapport by mirroring the other person's posture and movements, creating an environment of trust that will make the other person easier to persuade. Another tactic is to show sincere interest in the other person's concerns, which makes the other party connect with you, and the trust thus established builds a foundation for persuasion. Covert persuasion also requires you to subtly mimic your client, and this involves synchronization with your client, mirroring their breathing patterns, tone of their voice, posture, and movements. This tactic risks offending your client, but if successful, your target will unconsciously mimic your gestures or tone as well. Covert persuasion also requires giving something of value to your target. Encourage reciprocity by giving your target something of value without expecting anything in return, which makes them feel compelled to give you something of greater value in return. For instance, referring business to them or giving out their cards can do the trick. In conclusion, covert persuasion is a powerful tool that can influence, persuade, and mobilize people to your advantage. However, it must be used ethically and responsibly. The book's summary highlights several ways of covert persuasion that are fundamental to effective communication, persuasion, negotiation, and sales. Persuasion through vulnerability and storytelling. In the current age of information overload, skepticism is necessary, and admitting to flaws and weaknesses make you more credible and trustworthy. Persuasive efforts can be enhanced by identifying a common enemy and aligning yourself with your targets against the threat. Telling short stories about someone similar to your target and giving respect can make you admired and trusted. Finish ahead of schedule, deliver higher quality than promised, and make specific claims that are more believable by using precise predictions. 3 words, faster, easier, better, are key in business today, and listening intently portrays you positively and helps you learn about the other person's motivation and interests. The power of covert persuasion. To become better at covert persuasion in your sales tactics, follow these effective tips. Firstly, create a sense of scarcity around your product or service. Secondly, reward loyal customers to encourage repeat business. Thirdly, create contrast by making an outlandish request followed by a smaller one to seem more reasonable. Fourthly, avoid asking why when someone decides to buy or not to buy, as it's a futile exercise. Instead, try to adopt your target's point of view by acknowledging their stance to build credibility. Fifthly, use your environment to your advantage by picking a location where you can use the surroundings to support your case. Lastly, build a pattern of commitment and consistency to make your target more comfortable by showing up on time and making small commitments. By following these tips, you can take your covert persuasion skills to the next level and increase your sales success. Mastering persuasion techniques. Persuasion is a vital art that involves not only what you say but also how you say it. Successful persuaders use various techniques that can make others more receptive and compliant. One such technique is the use of hypnotic language patterns, which starts by setting the stage for the outcome you desire and assuming that the recipient is unlikely to find it objectionable. Successful persuaders also visualize how they want to achieve their goals and adapt communication strategies based on the situation at hand. Additionally, understanding how humans constantly use the communication tactics of deletion, distortion, and generalization can allow you to use them to your advantage. Finally, lowering your voice at the right moment can make a significant difference in how persuasive you come across. Keeping these tactics in mind will enhance your persuasive abilities and improve your communication skills. Mastering the Art of Persuasion. In the book, you'll find 6 practical tips to bring the right attitude and mindset to the art of persuasion. The first step is knowing the 80-20 rule, which states that 80% of results come from 20% of effort and clients. Salespeople who complain and see themselves as victims are less likely to perform well. Instead of spending time whining, the book recommends focusing on doing the job that you're paid to do. The second tip is inoculating against buyer's remorse by preparing clients for criticism and immunizing them from outside pressure. To make your statements persuasive, use artfully vague phrases that let your listener fill in the blanks. Research has shown that reducing options can also make decisions easier for the target audience. Finally, the book emphasizes the courage to demand what you're worth. Author Kevin Hogan's speaking career was stagnating, and he was earning only $2,000 per speech. However, after meeting Dottie Walters and following her advice to ask for more money, he soon got his breakthrough. The book also advises using emotional language in your questions to get the answer you want. Through these 6 simple steps, the book shows how anyone can master the art of persuasion to sell better, communicate more effectively, and get what they want. No exaggeration, no overcomplication. Just useful tips and advice that anyone can put into practice.
The art of covert persuasion can have a profound impact on your personal and professional life. By incorporating tactics such as building rapport, showing interest, practicing reciprocity, acknowledging shortcomings, utilizing storytelling, and creating contrast, you can influence others effectively while maintaining an ethical approach. Enhance your credibility with specific claims and improve your sales strategies by creating scarcity, rewarding loyalty, and constructing a pattern of commitment. Finding success through mastering persuasion, adopting the right attitude, and practicing effective communication techniques will ultimately shape your destiny in every area of life.